The Steelers are now 3-0. Justin Fields goes out there and he has another good, strong outing for the Steelers. Justin Herbert did leave this game early due to an ankle injury, but in the second half, the Steelers completely dominated on the ground. Early in the game, the run game was not going. The Chargers had an elite game plan. Go out there and stop the run and make Justin Fields beat you. And that's what he did. Justin Fields had a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown on the day. All of the negative comments about Justin Fields inside the pocket and outside the pocket, can he work as a passer? He answered those questions today. And he's answered those questions in the first 3 weeks of this season. He looked very good against the Atlanta Falcons. He had a strong outing against the Denver Broncos as well. It was so many people in the national media saying that the Steelers can't score over 20 points. And they only scored 20 points today. But they got back into the red zone. They could have ran up the score, but they went in victory formation late in the game. They had 2 touchdowns called back last week. Justin Fields is a very good quarterback. And when you look at what he was able to do today, he was very efficient yet again. 25 of 32 for 245 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, only got sacked twice. What were the things with him in the Chicago Bears? He holds on to the football for too long. It's the turnovers. It's this, it's that. He did have an interception in today's game, but it was a curl. Basically, it was a curl concept. Middle of the field, he throws the football, the ball pops up in the air, it goes for an interception. That's not on Justin Fields. And there was too many curl routes that were being called in this game as well. And Arthur Smith, to his credit, he went away from that. Calvin Austin III had a big play in this game that went for a 55-yard touchdown. That pretty much sealed the game for the Steelers on the offensive end. George Pickens continues to be Mr. Consistent. He had 5 catches for 57 receiving yards. Pat at the tight end position, 4 catches, 33 receiving yards. But Calvin Austin III was a shining star, 4 catches for 95 receiving yards. Roman Wilson is 100% healthy. Hopefully he can come back within the next couple of weeks. They want to go out there and make sure that he can practice and get things going into the right direction. They don't want to just throw him out there into the fire, so we will see. But that's another piece that the Steelers can add. The Steelers' offense is not perfect. It's not a top 5 offense in the NFL, but they don't have a horrible offense either. Justin Fields has operated very well in this system. And that was an elite defense today that they went against in the Los Angeles Chargers with Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, and crew. And Joey Bosa did leave the game early as well. But let's not act like the Steelers were not dealing with injuries. Troy Fautanu, the big rookie tackle who has been a starter at the right tackle position, he got injured in practice Friday, so they had to slide Broderick Jones right back into the starting lineup. Broderick Jones got benched last game against the Denver Broncos because of the penalties. Speaking of penalties as well, they didn't have that many penalties in today's game. They played pretty clean football, and they won time possession as well. They only had 3 penalties, and they had 10 penalties last week. 2 of those penalties, they had to call back touchdown plays off of. So you saw what Mike Tomlin was able to do in practice. Go out there and get those guys adjusted into the right situation. And the offensive line is still young. They're still developing. They're still in their beginning stages with this offense. So just be patient with them. Are the wide receivers the best? No, but they're good enough to go out there and stretch out the field, especially with George Pickens and Calvin Austin III. And Calvin Austin III has been on the roster for a couple of years now. We got to see some of him last season, but not much because of the terrible quarterback play by Kenny Pickett and Mitch Trubisky. I can't say enough good things about Justin Fields. He has earned this quarterback 1 spot. Regardless if Russell Wilson is healthy or not, this kid deserves to be quarterback 1 for the Steelers. And when people always have a lot of negative things to say about the Steelers, they come back the next week and they answer those questions. And I already know what a lot of haters are going to say. Well, Justin Herbert got injured late in the game. If Justin Herbert was able to stay healthy, maybe they win the game. That's true, but they can't help that. But the Steelers are also dealing with injuries as well. No Troy Fautanu. Alex Highsmith got hurt in the game with a groin injury as well. That sucks for the Chargers. Now, I'll cover more about that in a separate video. But when you look at it, Justin Fields was pretty much the main reason offensively why they won this game. The Chargers shut down the run game of the Steelers into the second half. Najee Harris only had 3 rushing yards in the first half. That was it. And on the day, Najee Harris also put up solid production. He had 18 carries for 70 rushing yards. And Jaylen Warren only had 3 carries for 5 rushing yards. Cordell Patterson had 4 carries for 33 rushing yards. That was it. Justin Fields went out there and he beat the Chargers with his arm, with those wide receivers and with that big tight end. And when I look at the defense of the Steelers, they continue to go out there and they're still one of the best units in the NFL. They got to Justin Herbert twice today. TJ Watt got a sack. That pretty much changed the entire game plan. The place went crazy. Anytime TJ Watt makes a big play, the entire stadium for the Steelers, they go rampant. We saw that in week 1 when they were on the road against the Falcons. He's pumping up the crowd because the Steelers fan base is huge. Anytime he does anything on the field, the fans go crazy because he is still the best player on the Steelers. And in my opinion, he's the best pass rusher in the NFL. So when I look at what the Steelers have, when Alex Highsmith is fully healthy, TJ Watt is fully healthy, that's one of the best pass rushing duos in the NFL. Nick Herbig came in. He gave you good production when Alex Highsmith went down. Cameron Hayward came in. He got a sack as well. You have Keanu Benton. This front seven is crazy, and this front seven can go out there. They play like their hair is on fire. You look at the linebackers as well. Landon Roberts, solid linebacker to have. Patrick Queen has been worth that money so far. Patrick Queen has been a very good linebacker, especially in coverage and in tackling as well. Deshaun Elliott is an underrated safety that they have. You didn't get to see much of Minkah Fitzpatrick today, but he was lurking around across the middle of the field. As long as his defense is healthy, this team's going to have a true shot to go out there and win some playoff games. I can say that if they can continue to play like this, because you look at what happened last season, their offense was abysmal with Matt Canada, Kenny Pickett, and Trubisky. Arthur Smith is not one of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL, but he's a step up of Matt Canada. He's on a different universe in terms of just him and Matt Canada being in the same conversation. You don't have to worry about the same generic run plays, the same generic pass plays over and over again. You can now run play action bootleg. And the Steelers want to be able to run the football, control the line of scrimmage, be physical, and beat you up on the defensive side of the ball as well. This is a dangerous team in their division. I know a lot of people talk about the Cincinnati Bengals, but look at the Bengals right now. They don't look the best, and their rushing defense isn't the best either. They're still figuring things out, but let's give the Steelers more credit. The Baltimore Ravens, they haven't won a football game just yet as I record this video. You also look at the Cleveland Browns. They can't protect Deshaun Watson. And that's one thing that you don't want to see when you have to go against a Steelers team with TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Keanu Benton, and Cameron Hayward. This was a strong win for the Steelers, and this was the best win for them so far this season. Week 1, you went out there, you kicked a lot of field goals, you won the game because of Chris Boswell. Last week, they say you went out there, you defeated a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix, a bad Denver Broncos team, even though that Broncos team just went out there and they just dominated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then you go out there and you defeat the Los Angeles Chargers. And when Justin Herbert was in the game, they still played very good, strong, efficient defense. They did give up 10 points. They gave up a big play to Quentin Johnston, who is going to be a very good wide receiver long term for the Chargers. Joey Porter Jr. gave up that touchdown. But after that, they didn't give up any more touchdowns. And they played very good defense. This is the Steelers' way. It's not pretty, but it's efficient. Justin Fields is quarterback 1, and to further notice, even if he does have a bad game, put the kid back out there because he's now built the chemistry with George Pickens, Calvin Austin III, and Pat Freiermuth, and Najee Harris, and Cordell Patterson because he got the first team reps. Russell Wilson did not. Mike Tomlin can still say it's a quarterback competition. I don't believe that it is. When a kid has a game like this, and he has a game like how he had last week, he is proving that he can be a long-term starter for the Steelers. He has the athleticism, he has the big arm, and he doesn't have the same problems that he had with the Chicago Bears. Last week, the stat line was not pretty, but look at all the penalties. If they call 2 of those penalties back from the Steelers, guess what? Those are 2 touchdowns on the board, and they go out there and they completely dominate the Denver Broncos. This was a strong win for the Steelers, and I love to see a comeback story. Justin Fields looks like he has a true home with the Steelers. We're only 3 games into this thing, but I hope that is the case. And I do think that Russell Wilson will fit into that backup role. Right now, he's in that mentorship role. He's on the sideline with the headset in his ear, holding the clipboard. That may be the best place for Russell Wilson. If Justin Fields does go down, you knock on wood, you have a solid backup in Russell Wilson. And it is still 100% better than what you had last season in that quarterback room. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about this win for the Steelers? And are they legit in the AFC? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. And one more thing as well. They did a very good job of stopping the run today of the Chargers. The Chargers have a strong elite run game with J.K. Dobbins. They held him to 3 yards a carry. And the same with Gus Edwards as well. I understand that Justin Herbert went out, but even before he went out, they were doing a very good job against stopping the run. And they did a very good job against stopping the run last season as well before those linebackers went down. And this is still a team that is still waiting on the arrival of Cole Holcomb to come back from that injury that he suffered last year. And I don't even think that Cole Holcomb will see many snaps this season either, even if he is fully healthy, because of the rotation that you have at that middle linebacking position. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one of you guys stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.